Yes, guys. So, this is a preview for Manchester United Newcastle. Obviously, this channel is for all things football. Just primarily United fan, but I'll discuss other topics, obviously, on the longer podcast type videos. But for today, Manchester United Newcastle preview. Now, obviously, United lost 2-0 against Wolves. Bruno Fernandes was a disgrace. The whole team was a disgrace, really, and nobody else could be to blame, but the players at this rate. We need investment in January, but we won't get it. But some good news, guys. Today, as of Sunday, the 29th, Ipswich, Leicester and Southampton drop points. Yay! The relegation battle's alright. No, but seriously, that Wolves game was absolutely abysmal. There's nobody to blame but the players. But yeah, I just want to go into this video with my ideal lineup. Sorry, not my ideal lineup, but I think the lineup will be, because obviously Agar is out and Bruno has a red card. Agar is out because he got a 5th yellow card. And by the way, it's actually annoying me. There's something going on the rounds on Twitter, etc., about Agar having too many yellow cards. He picks up too many yellow cards. He's a liability. Any 6 in the league that you look at will always get suspensions for having too many yellow cards, because they have to break up play. They're obviously the biggest duel winner on the pitch, and that's their job, to break up play, win the ball. And with that comes yellow cards and mistakes. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. At the end of the day, what do you expect? He's going to pick up a few yellow cards. Just the fact we have nobody to really play that 8 role as well, so it's a bit worrying. We're going to struggle. He brings a lot of intensity to our midfield. He's the only one this season that really looks mobile enough to play as an 8. But look, I'm just going to get straight into it, into my lineup and everything. So I'll show it to you now. Now, to explain the lineup, Onana, Martinez, Maguire, De Ligt. I think you put De Ligt back in that back three. I think you give Yoro a rest, if I'm honest. And obviously Mazraoui can't play as one of the 3, because obviously he's going to have to play further up the pitch because of obviously suspensions, red cards, etc. So, and then obviously it goes to, on the right, you have Mazraoui, you have Casemiro and Manu as the 8s, and then you have Dalot on the left. I don't think he's any other options, really. People are calling out for Anthony, but when Anthony's played, started that game in the Cup against Tottenham, I didn't think he really did. He didn't warrant any more minutes than he's getting, to be honest, except being an impact sub like he is already. Manu and Casemiro, I don't want Manu to play as an 8. I think he's more suited to play as a 10, but I think that's the only option we have at the moment. I think he's not playing Casemiro for a reason. Maybe he doesn't like the fact that he's not as quick as other players maybe could be in that 8 position, like Gary is. But he's going to have to play him for this game. And obviously Mazraoui on the right and Dalot on the left. I'd like to see them switched, but I don't think he will, because I think Dalot can't be any worse on the right than he is on the left. And Mazraoui is obviously a solid player. Unfortunately, he's in a bad run of games at the moment, but I think he has the quality to get out of it. And then the front 3 of Ahmad, Garnacho and Højlund. I think he won't put Xerxes back in. I don't think he sees him as a number 9. I think Xerxes obviously sees himself as more of a false 9 in a way, and that doesn't really suit Amorim's system, so that's why he's not playing minutes. Ahmad, obviously, bad running games is the same situation as Mazraoui, but again, one of our best players. And Garnacho, the only reason he plays is because there's obviously been suspensions, red cards, and nobody really else. Unless you play Xerxes a 10, which I don't think we'll do, or play Anthony as one of those 10s like he did during the week against Tottenham. Don't think he'll do that either. But yeah, that's just my lineup, my thoughts on it. I think, look, it's going to be a rough patch for Amorim. It's a very rough patch, and it would be, how to put it, it would be ill-advised to say that him getting sacked is out of the realm of possibility if this run goes on, because if he loses, this is the only opportunity really next 3 games he has for getting a win/3 points. The reason I'm saying a win/3 points, because one of them's in the Cup against Arsenal, obviously. Newcastle are just better than us in all aspects. I don't expect us to show up. I expect Newcastle to comfortably win 2-0. They don't really batter teams. They don't really score, you know what I mean, a load of goals. But they'll comfortably beat us. I'm just worried because this Newcastle game, we lose this. Liverpool, don't care what anyone says, if it's a derby, whatever. We have 0 chances of getting a result against Liverpool. I don't even think we have a chance of getting a draw, if I'm honest. One of the first times in a while least optimistic I've ever been for a Liverpool game. Normally you look at it with a wider scope of view, in a way of saying, look, it's a derby, anything can happen. Liverpool used to get 3 points at Anfield against us when we were in our prime with Sir Alex Ferguson during the 2000s. But yeah, so yeah, I just saying, just want to make this clear. There's no chance I'd turn on Amorim. None of this is his fault. But what I'm thinking is, Ineos and Sir Jim Ratcliffe, the penny pincher, Sir Jim Ratcliffe has a tendency, even with Ineos into the rowing at Nice, he has a tendency, and we've seen it at United with Dan Ashworth, he has a tendency when things are going wrong to sack people. And I think if this run of games, we lose the next 3, we get knocked out of Cup, we lose against Liverpool, we lose against Newcastle, something might go and switch in Ineos' head, because I don't think they're spending in January. And I think it just would be an Ineos type decision to sack Amorim, which is completely the wrong decision. I think anyone who thinks it's not is an absolute clown. Anyone who looks at this situation, by the way, and thinks it's anything to do with Amorim, just tells me they don't have a clue about what's going on. Don't think you could blame him for his team selections, and sometimes it's wrong. Maybe subs, obviously subbing off a guy at 70 minute last 2 league games was a mistake, but like, that's the only thing you could blame him for. He hasn't signed, none of these players are his own. He doesn't want 90% of this squad. You could tell he doesn't want Garnacho. You could tell he doesn't want Casemiro. You could tell he doesn't want Xerxes. You could tell he doesn't want Rashford. There's a lot of players he doesn't want. Malacia has obviously been starting to be phased out now. Don't know what happened there. As I said in the other video, probably started to take a stand for Rashford or something in training, you know what I mean? Because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes with them too. But yeah, look, it's depressing being a United fan at the moment. Look, I just wanted to do a quick preview. I thought, get out of my system, you know what I mean? So it's nice to get out of your system, just share my thoughts on it. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that little preview. If you're new here, give subscribe, like the video, follow TikTok as well, the Football Chronicles Pod on TikTok. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and see ya.